slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be watching The Interview with the Vampire, episode 6. And this episode is titled The Light by Which God Made the World Before He Made Light. Kind of a lengthy title, but we're kind of used to it at this point. It's just kind of how this show does their title. But I didn't watch the preview. I didn't read the description. I like to go into these kind of blindly just because they tend to give out too much in the description or in the preview, so I didn't watch that. Um, but what we did see on last episode, we kind of took a trip down memory lane. We kind of got to see what the initial interview was like between Malloy and Louis. Back, I believe this was back in the late 70s. Um, Malloy had a big drug issue, and Louis was going through whatever Louis was going through. Um, we saw a little bit of um, Armand's power, especially when the whole attack came into play when Louis attacked Malloy and Armand. I guess he saw something in Louis. I'm guessing the future, which is our present, the present day interview. I don't know what he exactly saw, but uh, he understood how important, deep down, how important Malloy was to Louis. So he didn't kill Malloy, which we know that because he's in present day doing the interview. But we saw a different side of Armand. We kind of, I don't know whether to trust him or be afraid of him because he has these moments where he seems to be very controlling and manipulative, and it looks like he's kind of used his abilities to kind of shield some of the truth from Louis. Um, so I'm not sure how to feel about Armand just yet, but there was a scene where he called out to Lestat. So Lestat was alive in the 70s, way past this time with the Coven. So I'm interested to see how that played out and where the three of them are. I just have a hard time believing that Lestat just he just decides to leave Louis and Claudia alone, and there has to be a reason why we're not seeing Claudia. Um, I want to believe that she has ran off and done her own thing and let Louis be in Paris or where he ends up with, down the road with Armand, and then they eventually ended up where they ended up in the 70s. I don't. Hopefully, she's out doing her own thing, but we all know Lestat is not going to let it go that easily. So we'll see. Uh, Throughout this video, I will be taking notes just because sometimes a little difficult for me to kind of be locked in and tune with the show and try to make sure I pick up uh, on key things to give feedback to on towards the end. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes. But I'm not gonna waste too much time. We're gonna go ahead and get into this episode. Again, this is episode 6. We are a little over halfway through the show. I think this season has 10 episodes or 8 episodes. 8 episodes. Okay, so we're a little bit over um past the half of the season. So let's see. We're gonna go ahead and get into episode 6. My boy Malloy and Rashid.
How did I get the tapes? There was no postage on the...
I think I predicted last episode or episode before that the person messaging him on his computer is Rashid. Just based off the initials.
They sent a chaperone. I'm sorry. Go away. Rashid?
He loves the hand soap they use here. I wouldn't worry too much about Rashid. Oh, I've been dreaming about the mackerel here.
The two Barcelos would fit.
If we replaced the couch.
I assumed we would.
The
couch, then the table, and the Antio Javelina, then.
It's a lot of tension between those two.
You had pictures of me in 1973.
Pictures of them. You were a fly on the windshield.
Not alive.
You want a book.
If it goes wrong, he'll have a book, but he gonna be around to see it released.
Or better not to have so tangible a reminder of Paris up on our walls.
An interview about Paris is a more tangible reminder.
Exactly. I mean, you are breaking one vampire rule.
Publisher will get a phone call before you turn it in. They will pay you handsomely for your manuscript and bury it. You won't even see a galley proof. Questions they'd like you to weave. It's all going to come out soon enough. And there's a number of us in the order who think better it happens with Daniel Malloy in paperback than the bumbling governments of the world. Professionally charged to press you to include them.
And apart from your charge,
I think it would be disastrous.
I'm leaving you. I wish to tell you that now.
So he got a new play?
Initial observations of the vampire Sam, his meditation on vampiric existence and enduring.
Strange. I remember you racing back from rehearsals to tell me how ambitious the conceit was.
I mean, at the end of the day, this was all his plan. He could have just left Paris. I don't understand why he had to. Well, initially, he's supposed to be breaking up with Armand. At least that's what he told the Lestat that he created in his head. But
way that made me picture a silver clock ticking in a void.
so are they reading pages of a diary? That's what it looked like. Looks like Claudia's writing.
Yes, the theater is updated.
I thought I was being clever. Nailing him to the petulant members of the coven were free to roam the night.
For Armand to be the leader, he should have been.
Monsieur Leon.
He should have anticipated that Santiago was going to expect something. Like, he completely let his guard down.
Maître wishes to invite him to attend the premiere.
Now they're all scattered out, picking up pieces to Louis and Claudia's story.
Occur only one way.
Asking when was the last time they were in communication.
Maybe ask, when was the last time you spoke with him?
So Armand is not able to hear his thoughts?
Last spoke with
Lestat de Lioncourt. Telegram. New Orleans, Louisiana, early February 1940.
Merci, Monsieur Roger. Illuminated by light.
Yeah, he was.
Really?
Yes.
You were an ancient vampire. You could read any mind you
Thank
want.
you. I was like, because unless he
was in
was
love.
Santiago's maker, he should have been able
You
to
buy
read his
that?
mind.
I buy that he'd been in power a long time. You can get lazy.
Louis, get out of your feelings because you're not exactly the most honest yourself. So,
Were you with Mr. Malloy the entire dinner?
He used the restroom for approximately 5 minutes.
Had a piece of halibut that still wanted to swim.
You were not to leave Mr. Malloy alone.
He didn't. Stood by the hand dryer like a creep.
Why do you ask?
yeah, because he asking questions that he really shouldn't be asking, or he wouldn't have any background knowledge to even be asking those questions.
Fires. That's her last entry, unless you're sitting on more of those ripped out pages. Note to self, everything related to Claudia from this point forward is without written corroboration.
Just our memories of her.
However poor.
Yeah, she gotta be dead because the way Louis is acting now, especially when talking about her. I mean, he's always been a little touchy on the subject of Claudia, but now I guess like toward, since it's toward the end, there's no more of her writings. It's like she's gone. Madeline! I like Madeline. I really feel like her and Claudia should just run off and go do their own little thing. Like, it could just be two, just two friend girls or whatever. Whatever their relationship is, I feel like that's the only person she's truly bonded with since becoming a vampire. It's too late at night for me, sweetheart. Oh.
Bonsoir, Madame Epavier.
Allez-y, faites vos dessins très ingénieux.
Oh, fuck. You better not rape her. But that's where I feel like it's going. So is this all because she slept with a soldier? Is that what this is all about? Neighbor across the street ain't shit. Yeah, that's gotta be Claudia. She's already a victim of rape and sexual assault anyway. Yeah. I wouldn't know what to do. Probably wanted her to see that because she could have took that man off somewhere else and did that if she wanted.
You gonna run?
I mean, would you blame me if she did? I mean, it's not really a fair question to ask.
I gotta clean up. I can do it fast. I can do it right, but
can you do it right? Because season 1 you had body parts stashed in your bedroom, so
vampire.
y'all couldn't tell from the red ass eyes. Like, I just don't understand. Like, are the eyes are the red eyes not visible to the human eye? Like, I'm confused.
Hey, you seen Armand? In his office. Thank you.
Yeah, they can't stand his ass. He already don't come around like that. Then you come around, you only looking for Armand. Like,
I got that vault. Different brushes, hands, stains, rubbing, scratching, gestures of anxiety, but then the blues.
yeah, it definitely looks like anxiety. It looks like
RNs, like...
one of those damn brain scans where it be different color.
Canvas?
Like,
Watch. I'll sell it for 5 times the price in a year. Here, Solage, real estate, dividend stocks with compound interest, maybe a plane.
he's very manic.
Sam's new
Clothes
pages.
off, face down in the coffin. Can read them to me while I fuck you.
He was definitely not the dominant type in his relationship with.
What's blood taste like? You've bit your lip before.
No, what's it like to drink blood?
Yeah, those two different things.
Is it like drinking life itself?
Warm?
Madeline must have seen some shit because she's very calm about this.
Take a sip.
You don't know about Claudia.
Pourquoi non?
No.
Pourquoi
Because once she starts, you can't stop her. She's reading one of your diaries in my coffin.
I won't tattoo.
She says another word, I'll break her arms and throw her out the...
Bro, calm the fuck down. If anytime you had exposed y'all to other people, calm down.
She's funny, she's blunt, and it's a long story, but I killed in front of her.
Is it romantic?
No,
No.
not yet.
So technically, she's still, what, 12, 14? I can't remember her age. But if she's like, I guess mentally, emotionally, she's the same age as Madeline. I don't know. It's still crazy, but whatever.
And it's her. A weird white lady I met by happenstance.
Well, you owe her this. You don't get to be the only one with happiness. That's just not how this works.
A companion?
She does. Yes?
You want him to turn Madeline.
I never made one before. I'm not sure if I can.
No, not
Trampled on the laws, and I am to reward her for it?
Oh, she wants
To every
Armand to do
vampire a
it.
dressmaker?
They'll bitch at the moon, mock you in their coffins, but she never fit in. They won't miss her. You think you're happy with me now? Can you imagine me without the burden of her?
Burden? Didn't you ask for her to be a vampire? Because Okay, I'm gonna hold it. I'm gonna hold it because I ain't like that statement. But I'm gonna hold it. Now my girl smoking. Child, Claudia thinks she's grown now. She done found her a little boo.
Without the burden of me.
I said it to get him through the door.
You know, something about that felt like you meant it. Just because of how you been acting.
Did you mean it?
Does it matter?
It does matter, Louis. You made her your daughter. And then you abandoned her. I don't like who Louis has become. I really don't. This is not the Louis I liked in season 1.
Tu vas manger des humains comme tu manges ta pomme? Une par nuit, aucune pitié pour l'enfant, la mère, l'invalide.
Je suis un humain et j'aime ma nourriture. Quand je serai un vampire, est-ce que j'aimerais ma nourriture?
Why not just
Et
kill
quand les
people
derniers
who
vestiges de ton époque auront
deserve
disparu,
it, you know?
les voitures, les coiffures, les croyances, comment continueras-tu?
Jeune homme, there's been a war.
Claudia, he thinks there's something left of my era.
He's gonna say yes.
You're stronger. I can feel it.
I am.
Harder, too. But you gotta give up something to get something.
He's gonna say yes.
I really hope he does this for her so she can go on about her business because even I'm over Louis at this point.
Comment vas-tu survivre à l'éternité?
She has her person. She'll be fine. How have you managed?
Papa est venu le chercher. On a entendu un coup de feu quand la voiture a tourné au coin de la rue. Et la femme qui habitait plus bas, elle est morte de faim dans sa chambre. Portait des vêtements très chics, devenait de plus en plus maigre jusqu'à ce qu'un jour, je regarde contre sa porte et elle était là.
He said no.
I said I would not do it.
Maître in the bedroom, maître only when it's hot or convenient.
That's how I took it.
I had reasoning.
What was it?
He had never made one.
What?
I have never made a vampire.
You were a 500-year-old vampire.
Right.
You led the Parisian.
So that confirms he hasn't made anybody. So why was he able to read Santiago's mind?
When our maker Guido gets here, he'll tell you the same.
What if Guido never shows?
Santiago, where's your back to the audience?
I've got an impulse.
And where shall we put the audience? Behind the fucking projection screen?
Ooh, what's up your ass tonight? Is your companion stuck up there chewing on your inhibitions like a hamster?
Santiago is such an asshole.
Sam, and there are no events in your shitty little play. And Quang and I are bloody dangling up here.
That can be remedied! Gustav!
We do horror shows so we can eat people. You're fangless.
I love your work, Sam. Apologies.
Well played, Maitre.
You summoned me.
Ooh, not them creating fake beef. And he still is oblivious to everything.
The front pages from that year. What if you look in the filler? In the back pages? Strange crimes reported.
A telescopic lens stolen from the observatory at Meudon. A film company shooting the crime thriller Port d'Orient delayed when its inventory of color film stock is snatched.
A gang of...
So are they doing these random killings to frame Louis and Claudia?
I want you to come. I want you to witness.
Why?
Because it could be beautiful. We can bring one in a good.
Louis.
J'arrive pas à croire que mon dernier verre de vin soit un chardonnay. J'aurais dû en prévoir plus. Oh, I like this song. My heart is an island.
I love how I love her hair.
Never been to an island in my life. Well,
Her red
once.
hair is just too
I'd
pretty.
go crazy if you don't lake, surrounded by carp. I don't like carp. I don't like Chardonnay. This feels right for.
You just look at that light. Listen to my voice. I won't let anything go wrong.
Really calm down. You doing way too much. You do not need to be making audible noises like that. Like, we get it. You're a vampire.
Madeline welcomed my fangs. The lamb smiling up at the wolf with unsettling passivity.
Oh, no. Claudia, because I don't know if you have. Oh, she gonna drain that woman.
Drank with reverence. I drank with obligation. Disjointed fragments of Madeline's life filled my head, carried on the warm current of her blood. The joys of a sunny afternoon, the anguish of an unexpected death.
Oh no! Oh my God! I forgot they used to do that mess. Like,
but amongst the pastiche of war and desire, beauty and
she has been through it.
Claudia, as Madeline perceived her, resplendent, rendered even more beautiful by her beholder. And I knew then, with all certainty, she would be a better companion to Claudia than I ever had.
Yeah, she would, because you you are selfish. You are trash. It's just no. How you gonna beg somebody to turn an innocent child? Mind you, she was homeless due to you killing somebody and exciting a fucking war and them burning houses and shit. And you gonna ask for her to be turned and then turn around and neglect her. Like, I don't understand, Louis.
Did she take? Yeah? Yeah, she is. They're both on their way.
Why the hell is all that damn blood on the floor then? Was he leaving?
I could have fought. They might have killed me.
You broke with the coven?
They gave me a choice.
Said to me, right? Standing in my blood, stroking my hair.
You've remembered what you did to yourself in San Francisco, and you're angry that I erased it.
Yeah, why didn't you just then come out and say that? All this fucking passive aggressive ass tension.
You've no right to be. You asked me to do it.
What?
He's full of shit.
I mean, if he wiped his memory, he wouldn't remember that, whether or not he did or not.
Ask you to do
The
that.
pages I tore out of Claudia's diaries, we did most of those together.
Not all of
and
them.
the ones I did on my own were to protect me from you, Mr. Malloy.
What happened? What did you...
Forgive you.
Drugs did far more damage to your mind than 5 nights in San Francisco.
It was sick.
Damn.
You want an apology? I'm sorry. He thought it was the right thing to do, too.
You were going to drain me, pal.
Belated apology number 2.
It sets me on the subject. Let me go and apologize for that, too.
I asked you to erase it?
Sound like you having a conversation with him first before you started just jumping up and getting mad because
After you came out of a shower.
you created your own problems.
3 days after we abandoned him.
I'm feeling like Malloy right now. Like, I'm sick of both of y'all. I'm over it.
Continuing on the record, Mr. Malloy, I was a coward.
We've been burying our meals outside St. Denis. Flowers starting to pop up out of the ground. Lavender, sweet iris.
Look at my girl, Madeline.
Going from the dead, cold things becoming warm.
I saw a dead girl in your mind while you were dying.
Oui, Aimée, my sister.
She the replacement?
Who is Louis to question when you basically use her as a replacement for the family that you lost?
To thank you for falling.
And to baby trap Lestat. Like, you can't.
And thank you for never treating me like a child. Take some lessons, Louis.
Next X on the map?
This is the ex, Louis.
She's found her person and I'm happy.
To finding the X.
Santé.
Does she not trust Louis?
Right there?
I cannot read your mind.
The architects of our
Oh yeah, since he made her, he can't read her mind.
I feel you, Louis.
I feel you too, Madeline.
I told Claudia I can feel you love her. I can feel you too. Through him. Yes, he loves you.
Okay. Okay, well, let's get the hell out of my soul. It's enough affection. I don't need his head getting too big to get out the door. There he goes. There he goes. Will he get through the door with that big head?
Why don't you?
What's wrong with you, Armand? Oh, hell. Is this Santiago? Oh, shit. The whole room froze. Does he not? And Armand just standing there like he didn't even try. Not him setting them up.
They gave him a choice.
You raggedy son of a bitch.
Like the divide. Welcome.
I knew they wouldn't just gonna let him walk away that easily. Like they had put too much time into
You.
sneaking into their apartment, getting Claudia's diary, reading the diary.
Savage desires.
You know, visiting whoever that guy was that Lestat knew and
Setting human affairs aside.
creating fake beef in front of, you know, Armand just to throw him off. There's no way they just gonna give you the option of, hey, either you help us get rid of them or you leave. Like,
Lurid spotlight on ourselves. I stand before you in broad daylight at this first ever matinee at the Théâtre des Vampires to perform for your salacious gratification.
and they said they putting them on trial.
Are you ready?
And you know how they do these plays. These people think it's fake, so they probably gonna have them on stage grilling the shit out of them and probably gonna end up driving a stake in their heart or burning them in sunlight. And again, people gonna think it's fake.
Advocat, read the crimes for which this iniquitous trio stand accused.
The making of a vampire from a mortal child.
10 minutes to your entrance, Monsieur Liancourt.
Oh, he's back.
Bianca?
Oh,
Thank you.
it's about to be some shit.
10 minutes.
the premeditated murders of the
You look
vampiress
good, though, boo.
Antoinette
You look
Brown
good.
and the vampire Lestat de Lioncourt.
That's not the suit that in last episode he said was his favorite, was it? I'm gonna stop it right there. Ooh, that got good at the end. So Lestat is back. They're on trial for the attempted murder of Lestat, I'm assuming. Or maybe I don't know, maybe they made well there were some random killings that Louis pointed out when he was looking through the news article. So maybe they're gonna pin that on them. I don't know. Maybe a little bit of both. Um but they got really good at the end. Um so of course we see some animosity between Louis and Armand, just because there's some disagreement about who decided what and you know who was a part of you know whatever part of history we're exploring. So apparently that Louis asked him to wipe his memory, and of course because he did so, Louis did not remember asking him to do that. So it's still kind of up in the air about whether or not that's true, because if the only two people in the room at the time this happened, one can't remember and only one can, it's still kind of unfair to say, oh well, the person that's able to recall the full story is telling the truth. Because Louis doesn't remember. But then again, Louis lies so much despite him being a bad liar. Who knows? And I'm not saying lies and like he's intentionally lying. Then again, I mean, we're not. We've seen Louis change his story up. He'll recall it one way and then he'll recall it another way minutes later. So we're not really sure if his side is the truth. Like I said, even he doesn't remember, and that's normal with all of us. We tend to like misremember things, or if things are traumatic to us, we tend to block it out just completely. And like I said, that's completely normal. Um, so at first I thought that's what it was. Maybe it was just trauma and him not being able to remember. But as we can see, Armand has played a big role in that. I mean, even if they do a flashback scene, it will still be from one of them recalling it. So it's still biased because it's still one person telling the story. Um, and like I said, Louis can't remember, so it's not like each of them can tell their story and see what the differences in the story is, because only one person remembers. So that's causing some problems there. Armand being completely oblivious to what was going on at the theater, and now seeing the ending, it kind of makes me question: were you really oblivious as to what was going on? Was this your plan all along to save your ass? Because if that was the case, you should have just let Claudia and them go. But I still like they feel what that's. I feel like they still would have killed Armand. Like if they would have ran off and they couldn't find Claudia and Louis, they would have went out to Armand. Um, and then who was the other big piece? So yes, Madeline turned. So Claudia protected her in a moment of attempted rape. Kudos to Claudia. Wish someone had been there for her when Bruce was doing the same things to her. So I'm glad that she stepped in. It was a kill. Those kills, I'm not even concerned with that. I think out of all her kills, that one may be more the most justified. Um, so she saved Madeline. She exposed herself, her true vampiric nature to a human, which you're not supposed to do unless you plan to drain them or turn them. So she decided to turn her, which works out for her because they get along, and that's seemed to be her best companion, besides Louis. And so for a moment there, I was really happy. I was like, okay, she's got her person. they're gonna go on and do what they want to do. I don't know if they had just been sitting in Paris for a little while, if they leave and come back to see Louis and Armand, because the ending felt like a reunion. Like maybe it's been some months they came to see, because he was asking, "Are you gonna come back?" So I feel like they were coming back to visit. Um, I don't know what that was, but like I said, it felt like a sweet reunion, and it was nice to see Madeline as a vampire and seeing Claudia, um, being, at the table with the grown folks and being treated like an adult, and grinning from ear to ear, happy about her relationship. So I was really happy for Claudia, and then Armand sold them out. So I'm not really too fond of Armand or Louis at this point. Um, but now they're on trial, and Lestat is back. Um, and it's about to be some shit. It's just this is not. I feel like this may be the answer to what happened to Claudia. Um, I want to believe she makes it out of this, but let's just hope that Louis doesn't have to choose between her and it didn't look like Armand was on stage. It looked like it was just them three. Um, so I guess he doesn't get in any trouble at all. Um, let's just hope that Louis doesn't have to choose between Claudia or anything else, because he's gonna choose the opposite. He's not like I said, we've seen him put his relationships over Claudia since the start of this. Her turning was only to save his relationship at the last minute, may I add, because before that he couldn't stand let's start, but then like 2 minutes in he was like, oh, save her, and we can be happy. And it's like, dude, you just said you hated me. You just said that I was gonna die alone. Like, okay, so you used her to baby trap Lestat, and then you turn around and neglect her and her needs, and it's just I don't know. Um, but yeah, I'm nervous to see how this trial plays out. I don't think Claudia's gonna make it. Um, Madeline, um, I mean, I don't know what would be the purpose in killing her, besides the fact that she was, I guess, with Claudia being a part of the coven, and she took part in turning Madeline. Maybe there may be some issues around um just the fact that she was turned without the coven's permission. Maybe if you're part of the coven, before you turn someone, you need to consult with the coven, and so that may be an issue. So that may be one penalty against her. But other than that, she had nothing to do with the rest of that mess with Lestat. So that's just, I don't know how that's gonna work. But but yeah, I'm excited to see how this next episode pans out. Hopefully they make it out and Madeline and um, Claudia run off. It would make sense considering the fact that he can't read Madeline's mind. So maybe they're able to get the fuck out of Dodge. And she's like, I'm not fooling with Louis anymore. He got too much drama with him. And I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, if you like this reaction, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification bell. That way you're up to date on these videos as I release them. Um, I think I'm going to combine the last two episodes, 7 and 8, together. And that'll finish out this season. I'm also reacting to season 3 of The Bear. We will be doing episode 6 pretty soon. Getting about halfway, yeah, a little bit halfway close to finishing up that season as well. If there's anything else you would like me to react to, please just drop me some recommendations in the comment section below. And also, don't forget to visit my Patreon. Those are where the full reactions will go. You'll also get to participate in any polls around just movie suggestions or TV suggestions. And then also, there's other things that you can be able to participate in. So there's like game night and all of that. And so, yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.
Feel right. Ride with me if you ride with me. You can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky. Come get high with me. That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right? That's a bet, right? That's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right?